Yeah, just like have the wire floss through your teeth so that the mic is hanging inside of your mouth.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
That's how we're gonna have Sarah record this whole thing.
I feel like the microphone is inside of my mouth.
Ooh, dude, you can't say that, dude.
Yeah, you have to essentially replace your uvula with the mic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uvula. You can't say that either, dude.
Wrap it around your uvula.
Perverts over here, dude.
Last I checked, this is still a free country as of February 2025.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So far.
Uvula sounds like it could be a Star Trek race. Oh my God, the Ferengi are fighting the uvula. You know,
yeah, the uvulae, or the uvulons.
Yeah, the uvulons. That's totally a thing. The uvulons. That's got to be a thing.
Well, we just have to wait for it. We only have like 1 million episodes left of Star Trek.
We'll get there. We haven't even gotten to the Mactonites.
I think we might. I think I actually might pass away. We have to make a plan for if one of us pass away.
What do you mean the plan? The plan is you're dead and you're not coming back. What do you mean the plan?
Just like Star Trek, you just dead.
Yeah, dude.
Do we like take a week off and observe it? Or
No. You know, Linus of Linus Tech Tips, he says that if for some reason like he dies in like a non-natural way, like he ended up doing like a stunt or something, he died, he's like, please monetize me. Like turn it into an event.
Yeah.
Actually, that's very forward thinking.
Well, so long as there's a video on the channel of him saying that, then yeah.
No, he said it multiple times.
Yeah,
one of their sponsors, D-Brand, is already on board. They're like, yeah, all right, we'll do it. And
oh, D-Brand would do it too. D-Brand has no fucks to give.
Yeah, dude. They should make a condom called D-Brand.
That would be like a really good April Fool's joke, and then they would turn out to be real because they're D-Brand, you know?
Yeah, they pretty much market as though they're already selling condoms.
Yeah. D-Brand your penis.
Yeah. Speaking of D-Brand.
The D permanently stands for digital.
Permanently vinyl wrap your penis.
Yeah. Put a carbon fiber texture on your
We can be heroes.
Okay, we gotta get in there. We can't do the same thing we did last week where we had a 30-minute intro.
You know what? Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Let's pick it up a little bit.
That was over the top.
Ricardo.
I didn't do anything.
Sure. Well, this week
we need to make some progress.
We made it back to the wormhole. We made it back to Deep Space Nine.
I love hearing Dan's voice in the intro music.
I'm right here.
You know you can just download the track and listen to it whenever you want.
Me live.
No, I said I love hearing you in our opening song.
We can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you.
It's the same voice, Sarah.
Oh my God.
Also, I mean, if people do want to hear the individual songs we use for the podcast, you can go to fugitiveframes.com and there's links to all the songs there. You can just play them back and download them, do what you want with them. You know, there for you. But this week,
someone make a remix of the song. Like,
I mean, our song is a remix of
Cowboy Dan Dank remix. Please.
Well, that's what that already is.
It is. That's literally what they currently already is of the Deep Space Nine intro.
Yeah, if you listen to the DS9 intro, then this podcast is that remix already.
I mean, like it is. I mean, to be honest, it turned like a pretty like meh theme song into like something quite fun.
Yeah, honestly, I do prefer our version. Like, if I were to listen to either, I would choose that. Oh
yeah. Imagine if the show did begin with like a Western song. That'd be neat, you know.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, you know. But also,
they should put Daft Punk one more time.
It's around the world. Interstellar quadruple around 5.
Yeah. What if it is around the world? That would fit very easily into.
Actually, that would be really good.
But that's only one planet's worth of being around.
That's true.
But world is a general term.
Fucking, I know a perfect song,
until you get to space, then you can't just use it like that anymore.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that too. That's the outro song for every episode.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
But this week we watched Progress. Progress is a Kira-centric episode. She's coming to
I don't
terms.
Understand the title.
It's progress.
What do you mean?
Like their society is progressing,
to
but
move
is
on.
progress a good thing? You know, like lots of things are done in the name of progress, but is it good?
Okay. Okay. I get it now. Thank you for explaining.
Well, there you go. But Progress first aired on May 9th of 1993. I believe it's been a week actually 6 days since we last saw a Star Trek episode. But that's probably enough time to, go into the wormhole,
Yeah, let's peek on through, because on the 5th of...
Peek on through to the other side.
Wow. What was I on? On the 5th of May, Quantum Leap aired its series finale, in which viewers learn via title card that Sam Beckett, quote, never returned home. Damn.
Did you know that was just added at the end randomly by like a producer? It was like, just tell them they never made it back. Yeah.
Damn. It's cold, producer.
Yeah, I forget the reason why. Yeah.
Also, kind of a bold move, so I respect it.
Yeah, it's
they should
kind
have
of
just they should have just done the whole thing where like they should have just tacked on the ending from Saint Elsewhere.
Oh, but it's
Tommy Westfall.
But you want everything to connect. You love that Tommy Westfall.
Here's the thing:
universe
everything connects
shit.
already. It probably already connects. So
I mean,
it was
by that
it was Dallas that had the shower scene, though, right?
What shower scene?
Dallas had the shower.
Say more.
None of that ever happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they had the psych out, fake out. Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyway, moving on. On the 7th of May, a dubbed version of My Neighbor Totoro from 1989 was finally released in U.S. theaters for the first time, thanks to a company called 50th Street Films, which was actually owned by Troma Films. So, what do you know? We have Troma to thank for My Neighbor Totoro's release here.
Cool. That's legitimately extremely cool. Good job, Troma.
Before they dubbed it, like they're like, any ideas? What should we do? He's like, yeah, can we add more tits to this fucking movie?
Yeah, apparently that company basically just bought the rights to distribute it. I think the dub existed and was produced by a company named Streamline for the purposes of as an airline movie, originally in '89. So
they're like, other ideas. He's like, what if Totoro was a mutant?
What if Totoro is constantly melting?
Yeah.
So the rest I got are just movies. One of them being Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, starring Jason Scott Lee as Bruce Lee. It had the crucial movie commercial / trailer music that was reused throughout most of the 90s.
Over and over. My dumbass as a kid, I saw Dragon, the Bruce Lee story before I ever saw any Bruce Lee movies.
So you thought Bruce Lee was fake?
No, I thought Bruce Lee was acting in his own biopic somehow, even though at the end of the movie he's dead. So
you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy is that like a lot of kids that were teens when The Doors came out, the movie The Doors, the Oliver Stone movie.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
Like in their head, when they hear The Doors on the radio or whatever, they don't see Jim Morrison, they see Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I think you said that you do too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people that saw this see Jason. What is his name? Jason Lee.
Jason Scott Lee
as Bruce Lee,
aka Mowgli.
I actually was a huge Bruce Lee fan. Like my dad was a huge Bruce Lee fan as a kid.
Oh yeah. And
I remember I had a folder.
Dad wasn't?
I had a folder that was Bruce Lee, like, and then one side was shirtless. And I remember somebody once said, "What do you have a shirtless dude on your folder?" And I said, "You fucking put some respect on that shit, dude."
Where you're like, it's not just any man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking Bruce Lee. Put some respect on that chest.
Yeah, dude. And I remember for the longest time I asked my dad for this because one of the sides of the poster was just him like hanging out on set of the folder. Sorry, and he had those aviator glasses, and I'm like,
those big glasses. Yeah,
and he's like, you know how much those are, dude? And then finally he finally got me like knockoffs eventually.
Oh,
and
nice,
I was like, nice, dude. Nice. Thought I looked like Bruce Lee, dude. I rolled around with a shirt on, and I'm like, I look nothing like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, you did. No, you looked exactly like you, a Mexican child, looked just like Bruce Lee.
With curly hair, dude. Looked exactly like Bruce Lee.
I could not tell the difference, honestly.
They're like, what the fuck, dude?
You're doing
did he get
fucking-
reincarnated?
Yeah, you're doing fucking Jeet Kune Do high kicks and shit.
Yeah,
and doing
dude.
sun punches, and you're like, damn.
That's when I was still waiting for my Kumite invitation. That never fucking
Yeah.
came, dude.
You're like, any
Damn it.
day now, I'm gonna fucking rock this tournament.
Dude, I was seriously like, it was sad how far I went into when I really thought like, if I fucking practice, dude, I'm gonna get invited to the fucking Kumite. And then I found out like it wasn't a real thing. And I was like, I was like right about to be a freshman, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, dude.
How
I'm
did
way
you
too old to be
practice?
waiting for this.
What were you?
And how did you
boxing,
confirm that there was
boxing?
no kumite?
Okay, you were doing boxing.
Because I said like, dude, like how do you get invited to the Kumite? Like if you're not getting an invite, how do you get, you know? And it's okay, this is what happened. My cousin's girlfriend was like really high up, like a black belt in Kempo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how do you get invited to the Kumite? And she's like, there's no fucking such thing as a fucking Kumite, dude.
Damn it.
And I was like, you just broke my heart in so many ways.
No, you know what that just means? That just means that they weren't good enough to be invited.
That's true, dude. What if there is?
They never even got to see the beginnings of invitations.
No,
that's true.
The thing is, though, you know how like in some movies you see like rival dojos and they like fight each other?
Yeah.
Like that was like kind of a real thing. And when I was younger, I like semi-experienced that because I was doing Komdo, which is like the Korean version of Kendo.
Yeah.
And like literally another dojang would challenge our dojang. And we would like be like, okay, we're gonna take their challenge. And like honestly, we would usually get our ass kicked.
Which limb were you told to sweep?
But it was much more formalized. It wouldn't be like they show up at the dojang and be like, hey,
they're like
you guys
to the
are
death,
calling
to
you
the death.
out.
Yeah, we're throwing down, you know, like
They like show
Right,
with
because-
their bamboo sword on their shoulder.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
just batting it casually and calling for your teacher.
In
That's how it should have
retrospect, going to Komdo when I was a kid was pretty funny because it was in like, if people know, it's the Bob Hope Patriotic Hall in LA, the top floor. That's where we did it, and we did it on it was on a basketball court. And every night when we were going to do it, we had to wait for like, it was a bunch of like vets, mostly black. They're all just playing basketball. And we'd have to like wait for them to finish their pickup games. And they'd be like, oh, the Koreans are back, you know? And then like,
the Korean kids are here.
Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, they were adults. I was I was one of like two kids. It was mostly adults.
Just
Oh,
fighting
really?
adults, dude? You're fighting adults?
Yeah, I mean, like Komdo is not.
I didn't know
usually
that.
Like a kid
dude.
sport.
She didn't know about your street fighting days, dude.
What the hell?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's usually more like in Japan, Kendo is done more for kids, but Korean kids tend to not do it as often because it's
But
really
Korean
expensive.
kids are just men, so
Yeah.
Apparently.
Do you know what the best martial art is? Mexican judo.
Why Mexican judo?
Because you don't know if I have a gun or you don't know if I have a knife, dude.
Oh my!
also the J is silent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh my god! That slotted in perfectly.
Yeah, you got me.
It was a
good.
team
You got
effort
me.
there.
You both
You
got
got
me
me.
really good. You
Yeah.
both got me good. You both got me.
You got
good.
me.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
One last movie.
Is it
Go
about
for it,
Bruce
go
Lee?
for it.
Not
Oh,
quite.
by
It
the way,
was
The Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
yes.
Directed by one Rob Cohen that went on to direct The Fast and the Furious.
That's
Okay,
true.
cool.
That's true.
And the shittiest of all the Mummy movies. With the one with
Okay.
Jet Li.
There's a scene.
yeah.
There's a scene in the Bruce. I just want to say this really quick. In the Dragon story, there's a scene that always made me crack up, which is who's the producer guy, the famous TV actor Robert Wagner. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay,
The one that
so-
killed Natalie Portman? No, Natalie Wood, sorry.
Yeah. He was
Close enough, close
he was
enough.
accused of killing
Dude,
Natalie Wood.
Allegedly, he did kill her.
Allegedly. But
Christopher
then
Walken watched.
there's this hilarious scene. They're at a rap party for Bruce Lee's show.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, we're having such a good time. This show is going to kick ass. We're doing well. Robert Wagner shows up on a balcony above. He's like, hey, everyone. Thank you for coming to the rap party. But the show's canceled. Goodbye. And then he walks away. I'm like, why would you write the scene this way? This is clearly not what happened.
Yeah.
Like, why is the scene written in this hyper compressed way? As if that's
it's been too long. I don't remember that.
Well, they had to get to the racing, dude.
Sorry, continue. That always stuck out with me with the dragon.
You know what I hated, dude? That they didn't put the way he died.
They did
in the hands of a fucking lover, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, they didn't. Well, it's because they had to like get approval from his wife and all that. They didn't want to put the real.
I hate these things where I like.
They never showed his lover. The movie created a fake villain that is like an evil spirit from China. Like it's obviously not.
I just remember some armored ghost killing him.
Yeah, this is clearly not like realistic.
Yeah.
Like
it wasn't that. It was vigorous sex that killed him.
Oh, I see.
But they allude to the fact that he died from a brain aneurysm because the scene before he dies, he goes, "Oh, I have such a headache." And then,
he's like, "You know what? Let me go get a massage, dude."
Massage.
Yeah, from that armored guy over there.
The armored guy with a big chest plate.
Sorry, we really have to let you continue. We really have to let you continue. Sorry.
Last bit I got was Ivan Reitman's next movie, follow-up to Kindergarten Cop. It was a political comedy called Dave. About a presidential impersonator who gets hired to actually fill in for the real president while he's having an affair. And then the president has a stroke. And so obviously the impersonator has to keep being the president.
He has to.
And then the chief of staff schemes to frame the vice president for crimes so that the fake president can appoint the chief of staff to be the new vice president. And then the fake president would then pretend to have an even bigger stroke to let the chief of staff become the new president. That all sounded so much more outlandish back then.
Yeah, now it's a preferred alternative.
That sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, that sounds within the realm of possibility now.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now that's our hopes and dreams that this could happen.
Actually, that would be a good option, maybe.
Now, honestly, if I remember the synopsis right, there was like a part of the movie, like Dave, because he starts filling in for the president, right? People realize that, this president has turned to a nice guy.
I remember that part. Yeah. Where they're like,
he's cool now.
His policies are so like humanitarian. It's so good. Yeah.
He's actually looking out for people. Wow.
He's actually being a nice president. That's strange. How could a politician be so nice?
The writer of Dave had like a good fucking run. He did Mr. Baseball. He did Dave. He did Seabiscuit. He did Pleasantville.
Oh, Seabiscuit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pleasantville is like a fucking great movie.
I like Pleasantville. I think Pleasantville is a little underrated. It doesn't get as much play as it should. It
also has Paul Walker, dude.
It's true.
Pablo. R.I.P.
Anyhow, that was the last bit. So concludes our peek to the wormhole.
Well, you know what? Dude. Let's peek away from the wormhole and peek towards two of our sponsors. The first of which, ExpressVPN. You know what? ExpressVPN was very useful to me this weekend because I was at a wedding venue. I was at the Nixon Library. You know what? I didn't want the Nixon Library to know what I was looking at while I was at the wedding. Yeah. So
But you wanted to use your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but I want to use my Wi-Fi. Yeah. So I plugged in the old ExpressVPN, and guess what, Richard Tricky Dick? You don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yeah, while I'm away from the prying eyes of their matrimony.
Yeah.
But seriously, everybody, ExpressVPN, it's a VPN, but more than that, it also includes a bunch of security features, especially if you sign up for 2 years. You not only get 4 months for free on top of those 2 years, but also includes a bunch of stuff like an advanced protection thing, which is an ad blocker, a tracker blocker. The most annoying part about the modern internet is everything tracks everything you do. Like you can try to block it on one site, the other site will still figure it out because I figured it out, and then they'll talk to each other. They'll do this whole fucking thing. A bunch of fucking gossipers. It's really annoying. So tracker blockers prevent shit like that. And then if you get the 2 years, you get the rest of the Identity Defender suite. So it's a bunch of cool stuff like ID alerts. It scans the dark web for your social security number, any change of addresses, etc. It comes with ID theft insurance. It comes with the credit scanner, kind of like Credit Karma, which is, nice little perk. Not necessary, but cool. But the coolest to me is the data removal, because data removal means, hey, all of those info brokers that's collecting all of your information, getting you so many spam calls, getting you so many spam emails, they go individually to each one of these and make sure that they tell them, get my fucking name out of your mouth.
Yeah, they stop them. You know what I do? You know what a pro move is?
What?
Is when you're bored at work, especially if you let you use your phone, is just start searching things that you would never search. and just, like type in like astrolades.
Yeah.
But then keep doing it like a couple times a day throughout the day, and then throughout the week and throughout the month. And then like eventually they'll be like, this guy is really into astrolades. And then like you really confuse the fucking algorithm, Like just get into some wild things.
Someone did an experiment where they liked every single thing they saw on Facebook. And eventually, after like a month, it ended up being that his entire feed was Coca-Cola.
Oh, nice.
Really?
So for some reason, all roads lead to Coca-Cola when it comes to
I would love to
advertising.
see this experiment replicated by others. That sounds fascinating.
That is
Because if not always Coca-Cola, even if it's some other brand, like I just want to know what the results are.
Yeah, his feed was just like mostly only ads, but much of it was Coca-Cola. So, that's the way the world works. But hey, you guys want to avoid some of that with a cool VPN that's not only super fast, but super secure and offers all these cool features in 105 countries, works on every device you can think of, and actually works with streaming services? Head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And again, if you sign up for 2 years, they'll give you 4 months for free, plus the entire Identity Defender suite. And if you're not sure, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out for 30 days. And if you're like, I don't know if I really want to be protected on the internet, you can just be like, canceled, get it back. So again, expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 2 years, they'll give you 4 months for free. Our next sponsor, also one of our oldest sponsors, Exter. You know what? For the wedding, I actually switched back from the Cardholder Pro to one of Exter's original wallets, the Parliament. So the Parliament is the leather ones. Because like I'm going to a wedding. It should look a little classier. I'll put a leather wallet,
You should look like a member of Parliament.
And you know what? I'm liking their OG wallet. Their leather thing. I often go back and forth, between those. But hey, no matter what product you look up at Exter, I think it's going to be great because they not only sell really nice wallets, the key feature of them being they're not only slim, but they have quick card access buttons, they're RFID blocking. They can have a tracker built in if you get that. You can always see what other products they have. They have like duffel bags, they have weekender bags, they have like backpacks. They have
when you find out those cards, it makes you feel like Gambit, dude.
And at the wedding, they're all saying, I say, is that a Parliament?
Yeah. And then you kept saying, I'm going to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
I want the gold wallet. Do they still have that?
Yeah, that was a limited edition. They stopped making it, unfortunately.
Really? They stopped making it?
We can't all have the gold wallet, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We can't ask for 7 fucking gold wallets.
Can I have a Latinum gold
that'd be sick.
Latinum wallet?
Man.
They had adamantium.
So when I asked for the gold wallet, they were like, for sure, we'll get you the gold wallet. And then they came back and they're like, sorry, we don't have the gold wallet. They all sold out. But
Tom, what about the messy wallet?
We didn't get the messy
not the
wallet.
Messy one, but the player messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the messy player messy.
Yeah. They ended up giving us the copper wallet, which was neat. And I like the way that looked too. But, unfortunately, that's also no longer available.
Poppers.
But yeah. So if you want to check out what is available, head on over to exter.com. That's EKSTER.com. Check out their site. They got a bunch of cool stuff on it. And if you like anything, put it in your cart, check out, and use offer code NEWBIE, NEWBIE. That'll get you an additional discount on any order site-wide. And I say additional discount because they're always having sales. It's not even always holiday related. Sometimes they're just on a weekend these bags are 10% off. Let's do it. They just feel like it. So, check out and then check them all out. And you know what? You have free shipping, free returns within 100 days of receiving your order. And there's a 24-month warranty on all products. The Cardholder Pro, though, I think is actually a lifetime warranty.
You should call them and tell them to give us the code NWA. Newbies with an attitude,
No, we don't. We can't. That's going to send mixed messages because we can't pretend to be black. That's not okay.
Yeah, we don't want to also open up the misinterpretation that we are trying to present as
we do have attitudes.
Newbies with attitude.
So.
All right.
We have catitudes.
What about NWA?
Catitude.
What about NWA?
I don't endorse having a catitude.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is NWA not copywritten?
Nude newbies with an attitude, huh?
Nude newbies, nude Star
NWA.
Trek.
Yeah,
It should be called Nude Newbie Star Trek. That's the OnlyFans version of the podcast.
Dude. But seriously, you could find me. I'm not posting anything. I'm just saying, like, I'm on OnlyFans as Stinkus Bobinkus.
Right. Because that one's real.
Yeah,
that one is actually real. It's me.
It's
That's a real one.
Yeah, he legitimately has that.
I'm
So
actually
again,
gonna
you guys can head on over to extra.com, use our offer code newbie to get an additional discount off of any order site-wide. Denise, what did you think about that? Denise?
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
D-Nice.
Yep.
D-Nice.
Here's the thing about this episode.
Aaron. D-Nice.
This is what I like about these episodes is that I talked about this a little bit, but that I'll start an episode and then I'll be like, oh my God, I know this guy. And then it'll like lead me to like, this guy was in this movie. And then let me look him up. Is he still alive? And then I'll look him up and then I'll end up watching a movie. The movie ends up or a show. Yeah, that always happens. And I just, I don't really bring it up because then you'll really know I probably have D&D or what's it called when you can't pay attention.
Yeah, D&D. Yeah.
D&D. Yeah. And so
Dungeons and Dragons disorder.
Yeah. So the show starts and she goes down and immediately I recognize Brian Keith, the guy the stubborn guy. I call him stubborn.
Yeah.
Dude,
the old man.
Yeah. Well,
Stubborn.
I thought I knew him too, but what I ended up finding out when I looked him up is that he played the voice of Uncle Ben in the Spider-Man cartoon on Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
The thing that he's probably really well known for is probably he played one of the main characters in The Wind and the Lion with Marlon Brando.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, sorry. Was it Reflections of a Golden Eye? The one with Elizabeth Taylor.
I don't know.
Reflections of a Golden Eye. It's a John Huston movie. Sorry.
Okay.
Thinking of the wrong movie.
Got it.
But he is in The Wind and the Lion as well.
Oh, okay.
He actually plays Theodore Roosevelt in that. He plays a lot of like presidents and like captains and like people of like stature.
Does he play them crotchety though? Like he does here?
Yeah, he is. He was also in The Rough Riders. He played President William McKinley.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That movie is actually pretty cool. It's got Tom Berenger, Sam Neill, Gary Busey, but
he's played a lot of presidents.
What I know him from, and I love this movie, and I always like forget it exists, and then I rediscover it every few years, and then I get obsessed with it again. This is a movie I was obsessed with as a kid. Young Guns.
Oh yeah, you talk about that a lot actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
He plays Bushy Bill Roberts, and I will always remember him because he's the one that kills. Spoiler alert: he kills Dick Brewer, played by Charlie Sheen. He's the first one of the gang to die of the regulators, and I remember his character clearly because right before he kills him, he says, "Let's dance," and then he starts fucking shooting. And I always thought that's the fucking coolest line, dude. You say "Let's dance" right before you kill somebody.
Young Guns. I don't know what it is.
You haven't seen Young Guns?
No, I've never seen Young Guns.
Oh my god,
I haven't either.
No. Oh, you're wow, all three of us.
I have not.
Wow. So Young Guns, they haven't made one of these in a while, but for a while, ever since the 80s, they would make. So you had your serious spaghetti westerns like Clint Eastwood's movies and stuff,
right.
But then you had like pop western movies, with like this one, where like
pop western.
Like, it would be like a western, but made for like the youth of that time. So like this one had like it was basically a lot of the Breakfast Club, like like it had Emilio, it had like
fucking Lou Diamond Phillips in it. Oh my god,
Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen. So
okay,
and then like I would say, even though it leans more towards the traditional western, but I would say like Tombstone is also a pop western for me, where like you have like a whole generation of like fucking seniors in high school that like they're like, oh fuck, westerns are fucking cool, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
But this guy immediately knew Brian Keith. Love this guy.
That's kind of what 310 to Yuma did for my generation. People were like,
a little bit,
cool. Yeah.
That's kind of what that was. It feels like,
Westerns are cool. So
though I would say that one falls more into the traditional, but it is a pop western.
Yeah. I mean, it was like it was like a very, very standard western. But I think like kind of reintroduced the idea of westerns with modern cinematography to like a new generation type of thing. So.
And don't forget An American Tale, 50 Goes West.
That too. Yeah. With the
that guy fucks, dude. 5 will fuck.
American Tale 3, 5 will fucks.
Again.
Well, that one's called FF.
In case you didn't know.
FF3. Fucks 3.
Fivel's last fuck.
Yeah. So
Fivel's final fuck.
Fivel's fucking Paris.
Yeah, F3. That all matches. That all works.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
So
green light
movie,
this, Steven Spielberg. Do it.
He's got the rights.
And
So Progress, it's 2 storylines, right? You have the Jake, Sully, and fucking Nog, and then you have the Kira storyline. Let's just get rid of the Jake, Sully, and Nog.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
one.
classic trade up a paperclip to buy a house scenario.
Yeah.
But honestly, it surprised me because I thought,
wasn't that a real thing? The whole
someone in Canada literally traded a paperclip over the course of a year to get a house. I mean, it was sensationalized. That's why he managed to do it. Like the news helped him, but it did work. So,
that's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this storyline.
well, the thing is, I thought it was going to end bad. Like it was going to end like they lost everything.
like they fucked up and they ended up with something useless.
But I liked it as positive, and then like
it was
that like
great.
Nog got like he got like a lot of props from his uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I feel like he looks up to more than he does his dad.
Yes, that's a bit of a running theme where like Nog thinks of his. Like you saw it in the distance when he's looking at his dad Rom and Quark interacting. He kind of thinks of Rom as like,
Well, you know what? You know how in the beginning Quark is berating like a Ferengi, saying you think it's Rom, right? But Memory Alpha says it's not. Memory Alpha says it's a guy named Broik.
Oh, I assumed it was Rom.
It makes more sense if it's Rom.
Yeah. Wait. I'm going to look this up in the screenplay because they actually have the original screenplay. So let me look.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about this episode that if you wrote in the later seasons, like, oh, it turns out that the Quacker is really Egnog's dad. He had an affair with his brothers.
Oh, you think that would be like, oh, that'll work?
That would make so much sense. That would make so much sense. That's canon for me now. I'm putting that in my brain. Saved.
Oh, okay. So in the script, it says Quark, having been taking inventory, storms out of his off-screen storeroom, trailed by his hapless Ferengi waiter carrying an inventory pad. So he's not even named in the script. So
okay. Somebody.
Interesting.
That completely changes the context of what was going on in that scene. I thought like Nog was looking at his dad and was like, "Oh, my dad's fucking up again."
Yeah, no, but
it
still always feels that way. It still always feels like he looks up to his uncle more than he does his dad.
Like I said that it makes more sense, but maybe it makes more sense this way because Nog doesn't seem to react at all to the way Quark's treating the guy. Like like it made me wonder, like, well, if it's his dad, like shouldn't he be a little like reacting or somehow or something?
Yeah,
I was expecting
some
a
reaction. More. Yeah, okay, but I guess he was more trying to gain knowledge of this fucking condiment sauce. So.
Yeah. So basically, he has like fucking ketchup or like fucking Szechuan.
What's it
sauce
called?
From McDonald's.
It's called
sauce.
Yeah, what's it? How do we say it again? I forgot.
You just said it. Yamak. You just said it.
Yeah, YAMOK. Yamak sauce.
Yamak sauce. Yeah. Yamak.
So he's got this.
I want to taste this yamak sauce.
It tastes like jizz, dude. You don't want to taste it.
Taste it.
I'd love to know what it looks like.
Probably
we never saw it.
Jizzy.
Yeah.
So he has all this fucking Szechuan fucking sauce from McDonald's, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like,
but that would be worth a lot of money, though. See, that's the thing.
That's true.
It's not McDonald's.
Well, it's worth a lot of money. Like if I'm a sweet and sour guy, that's not going to do anything for me, dude. You know what I mean? Or from a barbecue sauce guy.
But the Szechuan sauce was that viral sauce. All the fucking Rick and Morty fans are fucking freaking out about it.
But here's the thing: it's only very few people, dude. And they never sold out. It never sold out.
They were like accosting McDonald's and shit over this fucking sauce. It's what made me turn on Rick and Morty.
Weird locations, dude. Why would you turn on Rick and Morty and not McDonald's for doing it?
What do you mean? McDonald's just making a sauce in general. Like they have nothing to do with the promotion of it from the show.
They only brought it up because They only brought it up because the show brought it up.
They were already making the sauce.
No, it wasn't. They had made it in the 80s, in the late 90s. Sorry.
No, it was originally a promotion that ran alongside Mulan the movie.
Okay.
That was why
is that what it
Szechuan
was?
sauce was created originally.
Oh, that's right. For the original,
and they brought
right?
it back. They brought it back
for
as
the
a
live
joke.
action one. Oh, as a joke because of the Rick and Morty thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't always there.
And
It
then the
wasn't
fans
yeah.
descended upon the locations during the joke, and then the workers got the the brunt of that.
But this is McDonald's fault, not Rick and Morty's fault. You know?
Okay. All right. I accept.
I place blame on the fans. I don't like.
Well,
the
100%, dude.
fans' fault.
As
God
usual,
damn.
it's the fans' fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, listeners.
God damn it. So he's got all this sauce, dude.
Yeah.
Yamik sauce, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, he basically like he needs to get rid of it and stuff. And Eggnog is like, dude, we should sell this sauce, dude, and make some sweet moolah. And his
ears are
Jake's,
tingling.
Yeah, his ears were fucking. And Jake Sully's like, I'm down, dude. I'm down a clown. Let's go.
Mm.
And so they sell the sauce to this one dude. So they just start trading up better for a better thing. So all they want is fucking Latin, dude. All they want is fucking some gold.
Networking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if they're networking. I think they're just
reaching
trying to.
out.
They're grifting, dude. They're grifting.
It's fun because I feel like this is a very kid-centric storyline. Like it was believable that these kids
kid
would
hustle.
just like,
Yeah.
It was
This
cute.
feels like sci-fi Wishbone to me. Like it's what the kids would have been doing outside of the Wishbone story.
Yeah, and then
It's like
they're a little dog with them the whole time. Yeah,
it's like Joe found like an abandoned shipment of condiments off of a truck, and David and Sam have to help him like sell it.
You're describing the beginning of Goodfellas.
There you go.
They find unmarked packs of cigarettes and they start selling them. One of them gets pinched.
What if that's the start of a Wishbone episode?
Yes.
Also the start of fucking Goodfellas.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I remember the novel version of Goodfellas. And then,
It's a very cliche beginning, honestly.
yeah.
This could be the beginning of them like becoming gangsters, dude. Like Jake and fucking Eggnog.
They start a consortium, the No J consortium. So
They literally start a family, a fucking monster family.
Yeah,
I mean, it begins with stolen goods.
Yeah, totally. They're like these fell off a truck.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they trade up for bolts, like self-lubricating bolts or some bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Seal themselves.
Yeah, and then they trade up for like something else. And eventually they get to the parcels of land that they need to sell off. That's this company that's
the ownership of which can be transferred very efficiently.
Yeah, it's like Bitcoin, dude. And they end up with this property, and basically,
and the Ferengi would fucking love Bitcoin. They'd be so fucking into it.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? What's the constable? His name?
Odo.
Otto. He comes and he's like, hey, someone's been trading shit, and like now they need this property that's like blah blah blah. And then the Quacker's like, oh, don't worry. First of all, I hate that I didn't know about this deal. Second of all, tell them we'll have a deal like soon. And because he knows like he's gonna track them down, he's gonna figure out who fucking did this, and he'll get in on the deal.
It's an interesting example of kind of Quark and
same
Odo
situation,
working together. Like, because like Odo was like, well, here's a general problem that isn't really your problem, but I think you could kind of fix.
Yeah.
And Odo's like, or Quark is like, yeah, I'm gonna fix it, but to make a profit. And Odo's like, sure, whatever. It's kind of interesting.
He's like Tony Soprano. He's like, I'll fix your problem, but my way, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I thought you were gonna get at the parallel between like the situation that they've encountered where this one last holdout on the piece of land is keeping a thing happening from progress occurring.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been funny if they sent the Quacker down to figure this thing out with this stubborn guy, and he just broke his fucking ankles.
What if the twist is that the land they bought was that guy's moon farm?
Yeah. That'd be awesome, dude. And kick them out. They're like, this is our land, dude.
They're like, okay,
and it was going to be worthless anyway because it was going to be surrendered to volcanic energy consumption.
But it gives them the right to kick the guy off of his property because they own the land now. So they have to ask Jake and Nog to like go down to the planet and show them the deed to the property.
Yeah. So basically,
somehow we own it now, not you.
So eventually, like, the Quacker's trying to figure out who made this deal, and like Eggnog's like, hey, he's interrupting him. He's like, hey, it was me, and then he turns to like confirm it with Jake, and Jake is like, he has that smile that fucking Jack Nicholson has in Anger Management. It's a big old grin. He's like,
with the slow zoom in.
Yeah. My favorite part of this storyline is at one point he's trying to get the fucking ketchups or whatever the fuck's the sauce is, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to store the bolts. And he goes to his uncle, he goes to the Quacker, and he's like, hey, he's like, oh, if those things are a nuisance, can I get rid of them? Can I throw them away for you or something?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't care what you do with them, just get rid of them. And he's like, okay. And then he turns to Jake, and then Jake's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then there's a lady next to him.
Yes.
He's like, what the fuck is going on?
The lady's like, what the fuck are you doing?
She was so confused.
That's my favorite shot of the whole episode.
Yeah.
It was
makes
pretty
the whole
good.
episode, and also great acting by that extra dude. She's just an extra, but she
sold it.
She earned. They should have fucking bumped her, dude, to like having a line, because the emotion she conveyed was just a fucking look.
Yeah,
genius, dude. Genius.
She's an elevated extra. She gets to.
Yeah.
She gets to. They should have
punched that scene up like crazy.
Yeah. I also like that the entire situation isn't them doing like a bad thing, because Quark does tell him, I would prefer if you got rid of it.
Yeah.
So if anything, they spun straw in the gold. So like they just did a good thing.
What I want to know is, by the end of it, like, it feels like what Nog is asking for is not much at all.
It's like how for a kid, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna return like this like super rare whatever. I'm gonna get $100 out of it. Cool,
that is what I gleaned from the proceedings of the episode. But I would have liked some sort of confirmation from Quark. It's like, that's it. That's all you want.
No. Quark would never. He would never reveal his hand. Yeah, Quark would be like,
he actually go lower. He's like, I'll give you 3.
Or like, even if he mutters under his breath, like, sucker, something.
Yeah. But I think but I like the note that it ended on, which is that Quark is impressed.
Yeah.
And Quark is kind of like, oh, cool. Because he does have the earlier moment where he's like, you know what, Nog, you are a good boy. Like you are doing a good job. Yeah. So, it's not the usual Ferengi of, I hate everything. I hate everyone not doing what I want to do. It's like some actual levity. They're actually like kind of interacting in a positive way. I'm like, oh, look at that. Look, they are.
I dig that.
They are characters, So,
so
that's that storyline.
Yeah. And the other storyline is they're trying to nuke a planet for its power.
It's just another Ed Asner, and it's literally up.
Yeah.
It's up. Up stole this from Progress. Yeah. She should, instead of lighting his house on fire, she should have attached balloons to it and had it fly away.
They should have told him that they were going to clear his house for the Matlock Expressway, and then he would have been all for it.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm going to jump ahead and then come back.
Right.
She burned the house, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Tyr burns his house. I wish he would have said, oh my God, there's so many pictures I would have fucking pulling out. If I'd have known you're going to burn this motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, wait. There's some things I'd like to take if I have to. Yeah. Oh my God.
My gerbil's in there. Yeah.
He should have just tried to strangle her to death.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty bold of her when she was lighting the house on fire, and he's just watching her. I was like, oh my God.
Why didn't he attempt to like stop her in any way? Like, because
he didn't mean anything. He didn't mean any word he said.
He's actually like, you called my bluff. I actually don't give a fuck about this house.
It's like, you got me. I'm not actually gonna die if you take me from here.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, because while watching this episode, I actually really, really enjoyed it. I really like this episode in general.
Oh, okay.
I am a fan, but the starting context, like, I was conflicted on who I should be sympathetic for, because on one hand, I really understood, okay, they're coming down to this moon. They're like taking it over for, whatever their needs of heating, their economic.
It's energy.
Energy needs. And they're kicking this guy off of the land that I don't know if it's like rightfully is. He kind of just like squatted when he explains how he ended up there.
Rights.
He squatted there, ended up making it work, and then built a life there.
Yeah.
Or should I feel more for like, but then at the same time, I guess on the other hand,
that's the point of the episode, I think.
But then he also really annoyed the fuck out of me. Like I was like, you know what?
I agree. Yeah.
Get the fuck, pack your shit up,
dude. Get wrecked, dude.
Get your fucking ass up and out of here. Okay.
I knew you'd be like annoyed. I knew you'd be like, I guess it's a moral point, but this guy's so fucking annoying.
Yes. No, this is exactly how I felt. I was like, I understand morally, but at the same time, he's the most annoying fucking character.
He's Bushy Bill Roberts.
Old man.
Yeah. I get your point. I get your point.
Fucking creepy old man who tries to annoy you on purpose. He made a pass
at her a couple times. And he pawned it off as a joke.
A couple times?
He pawned it off as a joke, but he definitely was like, I'd like to see that.
I think it was real. Yeah. I think he was like, oh, check out that ass.
It was crazy inappropriate. It was like old man, creepy, weird.
But here's the thing, Sarah, is that we can't judge because maybe in their culture it's normal. Do you mean?
No, she did not like it, so no.
I understand, but I'm saying like
maybe.
I also like
to just be old and annoying. I guess that's common in our culture.
Like
once you're old, you become annoying.
Yeah.
It's just like religion. Look, I don't care about what religion you practice. As long as you're not impeding on my rights to not do that. You mean? I don't want to have to pray. Do you mean? Here's the thing about people who people who pray, right? They pray to Mecca, right? Every so often, right?
Right.
But they're not making me fucking sit down and pray. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But also I don't want to take your right to wait to pray, but don't make me slow my day down to fucking pray. That's that's how I hold everything. Just
you're not going to pray with us at the table before dinner.
Yeah, I don't like to do that either. I never liked that my parents would be like, "Oh, you have to close your eyes and pray," and it's like, no, that's fucking bullshit, dude. And like I got to my teen years, and I'm like, you're impeding on my rights, dude, to not want to pray, dude, to be an atheist, dude.
You're gonna I'm starting to eat.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to prevent you from praying, but just don't prevent me from fucking eating.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you start eating right away.
Oh, 100%. Like, and if I knew somebody was like to pray, I would make my plate and start eating as I was like from the stove. From the making of the plate to the tea, I would just start eating. So when I sat down, I'd be halfway through my fucking dinner, dude. Because I knew it would piss off people. But anyway, but also like I don't want to impede you from like before you eat. Sure, go ahead, pray, go for it. Do your thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing is like, I'm not going to tell somebody to show their face when when their religion tells them to cover their face. Got it. But what if the religion calls for them, these alien races, to be sexist? That's not on fucking me. They gotta be sexist, I guess. You know,
I don't think it's built into their culture to be sexist.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I feel like it might be I think it might be a tendency because I've already seen another Bajoran like culture that had their Syrah that was accustomed to concubines.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
But they
my thing is like, don't be sexist against me that I'm not Bajoran, and don't expect me to be sexist to you. But do your thing, dude. You know?
Also, that village was portrayed as being weird and not like a normal Bajoran village.
That's true.
So I think that
it was very like Hobbit hole, Lord of the Rings decorated.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's house is like a Hobbit hole. It's got like the slanted door and everything.
Yeah.
So they have to go in and get this one guy out. Basically,
there's three guys out. There's three dudes. There's
three aliens because one's
three humans. Yeah, three.
They're not humans. They're not humans. They're Bajoran.
They're Bajoran,
humanoids.
But they're
he said humanoids.
They're they them for sure. They don't talk.
So they need to jumpstart this moon. That's one of the moons of Bajor, right? And they're going to get energy from it, from restarting it. But
heat
starting of it,
or something?
No. It's just energy that they're getting. You're obsessed with heat, dude.
No,
are you
but
cold?
they were.
No, they say that.
They
like
said
the mayor
they
says
were.
That,
like,
yeah.
Oh, really?
He's like, we're going to heat houses like during the winter.
He's like, the Bajoran winter is coming.
Moon.
Oh yeah. Well, because they're going to make basically a sun. Is what's happening, right?
Something like that.
What? No, they're extracting. No, they're extracting. It's like when we do like what's it called? Like thermo. We get heat out of the Earth's crust here, like they do that in Alaska. The geothermal, the geothermal energy.
Okay,
they're doing the same thing for this moon.
But they're pulling out energy. They're not pulling out heat. They're pulling out energy.
Yeah,
heat is energy
and converting it into heat.
Yes.
Technically, they are converting heat into stored energy and using that potential energy to then power heat sources down on the planet. So that's technically the chain of command.
But they're pulling out energy.
Yes.
They're making energy.
Yeah. And they're doing it in like a way that seems a lot like fracking or something that is like not.
Because it's going to release gases that are poisonous. And nothing can live up there.
Which is why everyone needed to be evacuated.
Yeah. But the thing is, that kind of pissed me off, is that I'm jumping ahead a little as well, but Kira goes, hey, there is a way to do it safely.
It just takes longer.
It just takes a little longer. And he's like, oh, we have no time to do that. And I'm like, okay, but that's not a concern just about this one dude. You are essentially ruining a whole moon that seems to have its own ecosystem and life just to get this energy really quickly. If you can get the same amount of energy without fucking up the moon irreparably, why not do that?
Maybe. Here's my theory.
Because the people on the surface of the planet need heat for the winter now.
Yeah. This is a Cancun.
Don't you care, Marvin?
This is a Cancun planet, and it needs to be hot for them to wear bathing suits.
Look, Marvin, corporate greed transcends, the future.
But they don't phrase it as corporate greed. That's what it should have been phrased as.
It's a planet. It's a planet.
Planet, species greed.
I wish it was posed as like an environmental issue as well, because it's like you are ruining the moon.
It was, but they don't care. The guy doesn't care.
They have 8 moons. Who cares? Let them blow up one of the moons. They have 8 of them. Look it, Like
we can stand to lose one.
Yeah, like if we had fucking 8 moons, I'd be like, let's fucking blow one of these babies up. See what's inside.
But that's the thing. But the thing is, it's not just that they didn't address it in terms of like the context to show. It's that, okay, so this is a really common trope in storytelling in general. Like this type of story is told all the time. There is like a straggler who doesn't want to leave their land, but if they have to leave for the greater good of a people. This is told so many times.
Like Jake Sully in Avatar.
Or it's told in fucking Better Call Saul. Like Better Call Saul has a fucking, yeah. Like this is like a plot point that comes up all the time.
Yeah,
but to make it interesting,
Dance with Wolves,
right?
Just name them all, Ricardo.
But in order to make it
the rest
interesting,
of the podcast,
you have to add an additional twist on top of it. You can't just present the problem and then just say which of the solutions will they choose at the end, which is what they did.
He's creepy and weird.
No, what I mean is you knew from the beginning what the 2 potential solutions were. It was he has to leave or he'll die, right? Yeah. And there's no interesting twist that happens to it. It's just well, by the end we just made him leave anyway. There was some sort of talking about it, but ultimately
there was no talking. I don't think there was talking. I think she literally took actions into her own hands because Cisco told her, "You've now become the other side of this of the coin, basically." Yeah,
but to your point, Marvin, I don't think that was the point of the episode. We always knew he was going to. It was not going to work out for him, but the episode was about Kira working through her feelings about
the old man.
Yeah, right, it wasn't about the old man. Yeah,
I wish I would have hoped. I wish he would have stayed and died, and she had to live with that.
But also, I don't think they made that struggle interesting enough for her. It's just her dealing with the same single point the whole episode. We know from the beginning she's torn up about making this guy leave. There's no complications added to it on top of that. They had a lot of time to add complications.
She had to sleep in a rocking chair. Okay, have you slept in a rocking chair?
The one complication that happened is that one of her security guards got too trigger happy and hurt him. But that didn't change the equation of what needed to happen. It just sort of.
It was almost that wasn't the point. The whole point was to spend the time working through it. It was almost he was buying her time to kind of work through the emotions of it, a couple days or whatever it may be. That was more the point. It was more he was kind of drawing out the inevitable, but allowing her to work through it at her own pace.
I don't like her move. She should have just left him there. It's the same thing as you asked 3 times and that's it. You've done your due diligence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Done. I asked you 3 times and I waited 3 days. I asked once a day. You said the 3rd time We fuck off and leave you here with your fucking cilantro, dude. You piece of shit.
with your gross root vegetables.
I'd be more okay with the ending or how they ended this episode if we got assurance that we get to see this guy again and
Or he
how
dies.
he's dealing with having to live off of his home planet or moon now.
Right.
Oh,
You know, seeing
like
actual progress
yeah.
beyond him, seeing him actually move beyond this locked in mindset of I have to have my home or else.
But what if in the next episode, like you just see Kira going, well, he was right. He's dead.
And then Kira has to work through that. That also would be dramatic content to mine. I'm fine with that too. That's okay.
Turns out he offed himself.
Yeah.
Or the other opposite, that he's like, dude, he turns out and he's a serial killer. He's killing women. He's killing women, dude.
I actually don't care what happens to him at all. I actually don't care if I see him ever again.
Do you not like vegetables?
I am agreeing with Ricardo, though. I
Don't
would
like it.
have liked it more if he stayed on the moon.
Yeah.
No.
Kira just left him.
I wish that's how it worked out. I wish she would have been like, all right, peace. Good luck.
I think it made sense because it's sort of like your life is more valuable than property. So I'm going to destroy the property so that you can live your life.
Oh, I actually loved when she burned down his house. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to burn down your fucking house. Like, I would do that. I would, like, what she did, I would 100% do.
Yeah,
I love it because he's annoying.
The spite. Yeah.
He's annoying. And
see, I didn't find him annoying. He was...
I found him a little creepy.
He was what Kira was, which is that like he was a fighter who fought against the Kardashians, and he never stopped. And even she, and like he says, how did you survive when all the odds were against you? And she's like, we just stuck in there and we stayed
fanatical.
Yeah, we stayed fanatical, and then we won. And that's what he did. And like she probably sees, family members in him. And it makes fucking sense. It makes sense that she's all obsessed with him, that he was a fighter and he persevered against all odds. He was a prisoner of war and he escaped and he's in this thing. And you know what, to be fair, he's a little bit like Rambo, dude. Like you can't really fault him for having fucking PTSD. You know what I mean?
I mean, he does also flip out.
He's got PTSD. Like,
I mean, he got really violent.
I mean, it's not his fault. It's the healthcare system that they won't provide this man with fucking adequate fucking PTSD help, dude.
Well, I did find it an interesting detail that like he doesn't like ever defend himself or his property, but the moment they touched his friends, he fucking flipped out. And was like, and he had like a tall tale about like, oh yeah, there were like 6 dudes. I like
kind of like Rambo 3, dude.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, he's telling a tall tale, right? But then you see him in his old age take down 2 guys, and you're like, oh, that was probably like kind of true. Maybe he did like dig all those trenches with his fucking fingers. Like he might not have been lying. Like,
I cannot with this man. Like I just like the minute, and then also it was really sus his relationship with these 2 non-speaking individuals.
Well, I mean, he's just taking care of them. Like,
I feel like he never referenced them. It was always like me.
Well, they don't talk, dude. They have no stories to tell. Like he doesn't know fucking sign language, dude.
Well, maybe he also didn't want to like speak for them. You know, like
he can't speak though.
Well, maybe he was like, if they want to leave, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
but I don't want to leave.
What if they wanted to leave? Like,
they did. Sarah, they're not deaf, dude. They could have been like, oh, we'll go. We'll
fucking like background. They're like shaking their head. Like,
whether or not they wanted to, they were taken first.
They were motioning. They're like packing their bags. They're like, we're ready to go.
They thumbs up. They're like, hell yeah. We wanted to leave this moon for like years. This guy's just keeping us here.
It seems like they're kind of annoyed at her, at Kira. Like get the fuck out of here, you fucking interloper, coming over here eating our cilantro.
It was just weird. Like I hated how he would call her like girl, and he was purposely trying to get under her skin and be creepy.
I don't think he's purposely trying to be creepy.
There's a period of time where he is laying it on even thicker
proxy
than he would on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
In an attempt to get her to leave.
Yeah, but it's more to get her to leave than to anything, or to prove a point. I mean that that she's a fighter basically, and that he saw that in her. But I don't see. He's weird, but I don't see him. I don't like. To me, I see him literally as like a World War II vet or like a, you know, like he's literally someone who has PTSD. So like, you kind of have to like,
he hasn't really recovered.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like literally he saw these people.
That's the thing.
He saw these people get their fucking, they allude to it, but how else do you lose your voice?
But then in that vein, if he's suffering from PTSD, what he really needs then is like therapy and like psychological counseling. He can't be left alone on this moon.
Sure. But then tell him that. Then like get Bashir to come down and be like, you know, or get somebody else. Beverly
like what if he goes down to Bejor and he's like, oh my God, you guys have casinos now? That's fucking sick.
Exactly.
And like, you know, like that helps out. And he's like, oh my God.
And he's like, I fucking love gambling and all like whores.
They have McDonald's
or you could just leave him.
Yeah. or you can leave him. Yeah.
Dan is very pro.
And see, this is why I find this episode so interesting, because morally, I feel like I should sympathize with this man on some level.
He's a veteran, dude.
But then emotionally, I'm like, fucking leave him behind and burn his shit down. All of it.
Well, now we know how you feel about veterans, dude. Send your mail to Sarah at Newbie.
I don't know. And this is why I like this episode so much, because I felt very conflicted on how to feel about him. And
that
I also
seems to be
thought,
how DS9 tends to operate.
But that's the point of the episode. Like the point of the episode was to make you feel conflicted. Like it was the point to make Kira feel conflicted. Whatever choice she made, it was the right and wrong choice. Whatever choice you make. And whatever you think your opinion of him is both the right and the wrong choice. The wrong like I get that he's a little weird, but I also get like he literally saw these two people he lives with get their fucking throat fucking slit. Literally.
Right.
Yeah, that's something we kind of got more. I guess I didn't realize how the Kardashians were, you know, I feel like I'm learning more about their history.
They were awful.
And
didn't you see the episode where like the three little lights? They tortured fucking Picard. He's like, I'm starting to think these Kardashians are kind of.
I mean, the Kardashians essentially did like a Nazi occupation of Poland type of thing. You know, like that's kind of what they did to Bejor. Like,
I guess so.
And then they literally twisted fucking Picard nipples, dude, and they kept showing him lights, dude.
They did. And they kept making him count lights.
Yeah, how many lights? How many succulent Chinese dinners are there?
I will say
what is the charge?
What is the charge? I will say that I felt that this was one of the best, if not the best, scenes I've seen with Sisko when he's talking to Kira about when he beams down. I think it was one of the best. It was one of the most well written and memorable. Like that scene really touched me emotionally. Like it was really well done.
The writing was especially good because it does a psych out. It looks like he's going to come down to chew her out. And then you realize he came down because he's like, you're my friend. Like, I want to help you understand what's really going on here. The problem is you don't realize what side you're on now.
Yeah.
Well, when he says that line, you're on the other side now, I was like, ooh.
And she's like, this is awful. I hate the way this feels. You know, like that's that works really well. Yeah, that works really well.
It was a really good scene. And I was just like, damn, that cut. I felt it. I felt the conflicting feelings within her.
Because you felt bad for the old man? Because you felt bad
fuck
feelings
him.
about him?
Burn him down. Burn all his shit.
Right.
The man is just a prop.
He's a veteran, dude.
I just think it's funny how every Kira-centric episode we've had so far all seem to have a moment of either, oh God, I'm a monster because of my past, or oh God, I'm a monster because I've betrayed my past.
Yeah.
My past is horrific, but also is really cool.
My two favorite scenes are one with the Jake and eggnog scene with Extra was one of them. And my second favorite scene of this episode was when Bashir goes down and then he comes back up and he's like, so what's the deal? And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I guess you're going to suggest like that she needs to stay there so they can't proceed, you know? And he's like, but I didn't say that. And he's like, but you will. And he's like, oh, okay. Then I suggest she stays there, and he's like, for how many days? I think it would have been funny. It would have been funny if he has just like Bashir should have been. She should stay there for one day, and then he goes. He could have done a thumbs up, like higher, you know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah.
And then
it's a great like because imagine Picard in that situation. Picard would have been like,
he would have ranked out, dude.
Yeah.
No, it was basically all the Cisco scenes in this episode were really amazing.
Yeah,
to me, I felt like I really got a very clear picture of like how Cisco is as a person in charge, as like a leader, and it's totally different than like Picard. I think like it's so different.
Yeah,
he's willing to bend and twist and
bend a lot. Yeah,
and like. Yeah, it's just very different. It's very different.
Yeah. We're starting to see more of like the characters that they are. Like one of the things this episode does well that I think it did better than like say like past prologue. Past prologue is supposed to be some of Kira's past catching up to her, and you get to see what's going on. And from like an expositional point of view, you do see like, oh, you were a terrorist, you used to be involved with them, did all this stuff, but you never got like a good emotional connection to it. And I feel like this is the first time you kind of understand Kira emotionally. And I do wonder if this is pointing to, because Cisco puts it so well that you wonder if Cisco has also gone through a similar thing where he's like, I used to be an underdog in some capacity. Yeah. Now I'm in charge. And I don't like the way that feels either.
Yeah.
So, it feels like he's very familiar.
He's like, look, Kira, I used to make songs. I made a song that charted. And it's called the Thong Song. And I never thought I'd be here in this position. But look at me now.
I was just making songs for fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just trying to get laid. My hair was silver at the time. I went by the dragon. They used to call me Cisco the
my
Dragon.
Hair would be silver forever.
Yeah. Then and then I was singing the Thong Song, and I met a girl in the beach.
Yeah, that's
literally
actually
what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, he was filming the. He was filming the music video, and bam, that's how he got married.
Dude. Yeah. So basically, I really like this episode. I liked it a lot. I think that like say Picard would have gone down there, I think he would have been more.
Do whatever it takes to get him out of there.
No, I think he would have been more. He would have been more sympathetic to the dude, meaning like the fact that he was like a survivor and he was like a. I think so.
I can't tell you why I highly disagree.
Because
there's a reason why I highly disagree, and I cannot say why.
Because later in the season, he fucking says, "Fuck veterans." Is that why?
I guess you'll find out.
Okay,
but
we'll find out.
There is a specific point where I'm like, man, Picard would not be like this.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. But it makes me think like sometimes I have to check myself, and that's sometimes all the time, and be like, oh, is this a thing? Because I'm getting older. I constantly have to do that. Like, oh,
right.
This is the thing. Like,
sure.
Like people will constantly complain like, oh, fucking SNL sucks right now. And it's like, no, SNL, like everyone has their thing. Like whatever age you were, like 15 to 18 years old, that's your best SNL years. Like
Mad TV.
whether it's like
right.
Or Mad TV. If you like shitty fucking comedy.
No.
And intellectual comedy.
But like the mannequin was amazing.
Fucking Will Sasso as James Gandolfini was peak.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. But like either you're if you're
and
older,
your favorite
like
fucking
Phil Hartman.
Who's the fucking kung fu guy?
Bobby Lee?
Kurt. No, wow. Okay, went straight to the Asian.
He's the only Asian guy in the cast of Mad TV.
No, I know. I meant the fucking actor who's in Under Siege. What the fuck's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Are you thinking of? Are you thinking of
Steven Will Sasso as Steven Seagal?
Yes, yeah. Will Sasso as Steven Seagal. One of the best. That's my version of Steven Seagal in my head.
But here's the thing. Not. So universally, SNL has been watched more than and SNL still on the air. Okay, that's why I'm putting that as.
But
an
also
example.
Universally, Jay Leno has been watched more than Conan O'Brien. So it doesn't really mean much.
But what I'm saying is sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't get the new cast, but that's not for me. Like I aged out of it, and I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm
right.
Yeah.
I get you.
Like, and so I constantly have to be like, oh, it's something because I'm getting older, and then it's not like. I would say 50-50. It's like, oh yeah, it is, dude. I don't get this song at all, but it's not for me. It's fine. But
do you get mad if you can't find a parking spot?
No, I always find a parking spot. I'm so good at parking spots.
I'm just talking about things like as you get older, parking becomes more important to you.
But here's the thing: I've always been older with my
eating
rage.
on time matters more.
No, that still doesn't matter.
Eating on time, Jesus Christ!
My
fucking dad is like it's
that.
5.
But everything has bothered me since I was younger.
Yeah.
Like people having more than 10 items in the 10 item or less line.
Really?
Yeah, I've told
What's it to you, bro?
I've been kicked out of fucking Ralph's.
It wastes our time.
What's it to me?
Yeah.
But it's wasting my fucking time, Sarah. I'll kick an old fucking lady in the fucking face, dude, if she gets ring with 20 items.
They're making a mockery of the entire point of that line.
Yeah. Get another fucking
Mind
lane,
your
dude.
business. Mind your business.
It is my business. You're in front of me in the 10 items
you're
or less
wasting
line.
my time, dude.
You've done it, Sarah.
Yeah,
Sarah has done this,
Goddamn
everyone.
Fucking 10 item or
Sarah
more terrorist
is
over here, dude.
Express lane exceeder.
Yeah, and what of it?
But that lane is made. The lane is made for people who have 10 items or less because you got to get out of there, dude. I don't need you with your fucking 30 bags of cat food fucking hogging up the fucking lane, dude. Get out of the fucking way, dude.
And it's not like it doesn't have to be super strict or anything, but if you're like egregiously like not.
Yes.
If you going way over, like if you had 10 items and you picked up a pack of gum and it became 11, no one cares. It's fine.
Here's the threshold for the 10 items. 12.
Why are you watching people so closely?
12.
I'm not. I just noticed you have a big pile of shit while I'm in the checkout line that's 10 items or less because I have to leave. I have to go back.
Do you park in the handicap spots, Sarah?
No.
That's the attitude of somebody who parks in the handicap spots. That's the same attitude.
I'm just a very mind my own business type person.
You leave the cart right there in the parking space, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I always put it back.
You can't say we're minding our own business when it is involving me. It's affecting me directly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is literally affecting my time. Yeah.
So I'm when it comes to that, I've always been old. I've
You've
yelled.
always been old.
I've yelled at older ladies that have like 20 items, and I'm like,
oh my god,
there's literally a check stand right here that'll fucking handle your shit, dude.
That's so
I have
funny.
2 items, and I get out of here, dude.
I know I'm old because even as a kid, whenever I would get onto a lawn, I would get angry.
I did too. I did too. Like I was never like I'm gonna walk on somebody's lawn. I was like, oh, this looks nice. I'm not gonna walk on this. Always, since I was a fucking kid, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, I have old rage.
But ever since I was a kid, though, I was always like, I feel like we shouldn't have lawns. Like we were using up a lot of water to have these fucking lawns.
I do agree with that. But mine was for a different reason. Because I'm like, I don't want to fucking mow the lawn. Let's just put some rocks here and I don't have to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And my dad would be like, where are you going to play? And it's like, we have a backyard. No one's going to see that. We can let it grow really long.
Yeah.
Then I can pretend I'm Rambo.
Also, you know, people doesn't have to be grass to play in. Kids aren't going to be like, oh my God, it's not grass. I'm not going to fucking play.
Yeah.
You know?
You can play on rocks. You can fall on rocks.
Yeah. It's safe.
Yeah.
Also,
sand.
If I want to play in the grass, I'll go to the park. Literally half a block away. Yeah. So like I'm constantly checking myself. Is this an old thing? Oh yeah, I don't get this song. This song sucks because I'm old, not because it sucks. You know?
All right. If you start referring to ladies as girls and stuff, I will call you out about that as an old
or
person.
dames.
No, I just call them sluts. But
get over here, you slut.
But here's the thing: either
one day old, they all just become sluts.
They're all sluts, dude. Look at this old slut, and she's like in her 70s.
Yeah.
But but even old dudes are sluts. Everybody's a slut.
Oh yeah,
they them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I give this a high rating just because, man, that Jake fucking storyline was so funny, and that scene with the fucking extra. Here's the thing:
that was pretty good.
Yeah. And I'll do this with movies. A movie could suck, but then it has like 3 good fucking scenes. You won me over, and I'm okay with that movie. And same with the show, dude. Like,
okay, that makes that tracks with the way you rank movies and talk about movies. Yeah.
The thing is, that makes sense.
The thing is, like, you give me 1 good fucking scene or 2 where like I'm like, oh fuck, like I forgot what movie I was even watching because these 2 scenes are great. I'm like, I'm fine. This is a fucking passing grade, dude. This isn't like a 10 star for me, 10 starships, but
what?
It's it's like an 8.5 starships for me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it's a 10. Okay.
No. I'm saying it's not a perfect one. It's 8.5 starships.
Okay. I would probably personally give it an 8. I do really like the episode. I like the emotional highs of it, and I do like a lot of the fun moments. One of my favorite little shots is the when they start having dinner, and like Kira is like stuffing her face. She eats like kind of like the way like Sophia Falcone from The Penguin eats. She kind of like stuffs her face full of food.
Oh yeah, we're like she's been in prison for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of find that endearing. I don't know why. I mean, because she doesn't like the food.
You think she was eating it like that because she hadn't had organic food? Only replicated food?
Well, she also said she hated it. She said it tasted disgusting.
Did she really, or was she just trying to talk shit?
I don't know. But maybe in like Bajoran culture, that's a way of being like, you know how in Japanese culture, it's like slurping your noodles is a way to show like, oh yeah, this is delicious.
Oh, by the way, my kid just found that out.
That's not real, by the way.
Is it not real?
That's not real.
That's not real. It's just that it's a more lax culture, so you're allowed to if you want. But
you know what's so crazy? This is wild.
It's not a sign.
Literally today during dinner, we're watching YouTube videos, or like no, it wasn't on YouTube. It was like one of those like travel like shows, whatever. And somebody was talking about how it's culturally okay to like slurp, like in like if you're eating like ramen stuff. And my kid's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Good to know. And I'm like, oh boy.
No.
Like, don't give this kid fucking ideas.
Oh boy.
But anyway.
I see.
Yeah. So I'll give it an 8 today. The main reason why I don't personally give it higher is that I wish. So the kid's storyline is fun. I do like that it's sort of like it's almost a twist that it works out completely well. It's kind of like
but I don't agree with the ending still. That's why it's not a 10 for me. Just to point out.
But for me, it's more that I wish they did a bit more complication with Kira's storyline. That's all. I just wish there was more of like complications added to it, more things she had to consider, because she just considered the same problem from the beginning, which is okay, but it's fairly standard. So I'd give it an 8 personally.
Yeah, I don't like how they just kind of lead up to like the kind of ultimatum line, if I leave here, I'll die. And that's all he has to say about it. He doesn't have anything better than that to say. And it's obviously not true. So
he should. What she should do is transport him straight into the holodeck and go, "Oh my god, it didn't work," and then just replicate his little shack.
That's the plot of another. I can't. Okay.
Well, it's a plot of the Moriarty. It's the Moriarty story.
Yeah, they kind of already did.
Yeah, Moriarty did that.
That's right.
Yeah, Moriarty did that.
So I forgot about that.
Like, it's not.
We've already done Speed.
Yeah.
Like holodeck is like the actual culmination of the Speed idea.
Holodeck is complicated Speed. You just the bus is just a giant fucking.
Oh wait! We forgot something. Dax thinks Morn's cute.
Oh my god, that scene was so funny.
And she gave many men hope.
Yeah. Also, this episode is the beginnings of a fan shipping between Dax and Kira, because there's a lot of tender moments of this episode where Dax is like, I was worried about you. I was wondering when you'd come back and stuff like that. So
why does caring for your coworker have to translate into like a romance?
Because
they'll take like what they can get in the 90s, Sarah.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess it was few and far between.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, I feel like that's just a general human, like, you know, I was starting to worry about you. Are you okay?
Let's be real. They'll still take what they can get now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What was your rating, Dan? Did you give a rating?
I didn't give a number, but I think I settled on a 7 myself.
Wow, a 7.
I didn't. It's because I didn't really love the kids' side of the story. I didn't find it super compelling.
And it's funny because I always find them annoying, but this time I didn't find them annoying.
No, I found it actually really endearing this episode. I was like, oh, that's cute. They're doing like a little business, and it's like actually, and it's not like unwholesome. Like he's like,
no, it's sketchy shit, dude.
And but Jake is right though.
They're not paying tariffs, dude.
It's true.
Yeah,
the whole scene with Miles.
I guess Miles is saying, "Hey, he keeps skipping import fees. You should really stop doing that." Yeah. But Jake is right. It's a good idea. It's always a good idea to own land. It's never a bad idea to own land. You should always own land.
Yeah, it's just like it's a little simply done, a little clunky, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. All right.
I could see that.
PSA though, if you want to buy land, buy Arizona, because then by the time if you have kids, by the time your kids are grown, it'll be beachfront
coastal
property, dude.
Yeah,
It'll be beachfront.
Fucking,
Lex Luthor's plan is happening without him intervening at all. Yeah,
actually, fucking right, dude.
Yeah,
he was fucking right. Dude.
Always has been.
Yeah,
no.
Listen to the hack man.
Make Lex Luthor great again.
I'm gonna go with a 9.5. Actually,
wow, that's really high.
It is really high.
You loved this episode more than I did, and you hated this guy.
I really,
That's why she liked it. She liked it because she hated him.
I considered going lower because I find him very annoying. But like following your logic, which I agree with, there were a couple scenes that really made this episode stand out for me. And they were the scene between Kira and Dax discussing their little crushing and like, I don't know, just a little like a girl chit chat was really nice.
Yeah, that was like a fun little like colloquial conversation.
Yeah, but it was different, and something we don't really see a lot of. And of course, all of Cisco's scenes were amazing between Kira and his discussion with Bashir. And also, I like the scene with Miles with the boys and how he's kind of, I like the way that was written because like they were trying to get Miles O'Brien to tell them what the stupid fucking
the stem bolts, the self-sealing stem bolts
things were for, but he didn't even know. He's like, I've never actually seen one, and so it makes you think that like, oh, he does know, and he's trying to catch them in a lie. But then like, I don't know, it was just a very nice, playful back and forth.
Well, it's funny because it seemed like so they're trying to get information from him to find out what these stupid bolts are. But it turns out that he was just there to see what the fucking bolts were because he didn't know. Yeah. He's like, I was curious.
Yeah.
And we only knew what they were because they're on the manifests.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually like a constant because you're waiting for the shoe to drop with this type of story where you're like, oh, they fucked up.
When are they going to get caught?
They're going to get caught. Yeah.
Or
that's
not
what I like about this story.
But not caught. To me, it was like, oh my god, they traded it for something useless.
When are they going to bust?
There's usually
basically
that turn.
Yeah, and now they've learned a lesson about like not doing this type of thing.
And I love that about it.
No, it worked out.
What I wanted though is why didn't they ask the original buyer what the stem bolts do?
Well, because they didn't want to come off as amateurs.
They didn't want to look like chumps, dude.
That's
Here's
why.
the thing. I would love to see like Jake get caught and then like he doesn't rat out his friends, dude, just like Goodfellas, dude. And then like he comes out and like Quark's like, you popped your cherry, and they buy him a cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really good writing, really good scenes that make up this episode. And I really enjoyed it. So this one's pretty high up there for me.
10, you said?
No, 9.5. Yeah. I knocked off half a point because fuck that old man and his shit. I also really enjoyed when Kira burned down his house. I was like, yes.
Two things we learned about Sarah. One, she doesn't like veterans with PTSD. Two, she abuses the 10 or less line.
Yeah.
and the handicap spots, parking spots.
Never. But I will burn down your house if you annoy me.
Yeah.
So
stay
out of my way. But yeah, I love how she did it so casually too. Like she was taking her time. She was very strategic about where she was burning. He was just standing there and watching her. Like it was like so ridiculous. It was
the strategic
amazing.
part of it. Unfortunately, I think. I think it's because it's like those are the set designer was like, it's like, okay, this is where we put the oil spots.
I just liked it. I just like that she was like, I'm going to burn this doorway and this thing and this
because
thing.
if it went up that easy, dude, it's horrible. Like it's such a fire hazard in a place where there's fucking shrugs everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like what they should have done is because she used a phaser to blow up the kiln, right? So she should have turned the phaser back around and fucking blow up the house with their phaser too. Because it seems like it's possible to just do that. Yeah. She's just been wrecking up the place.
Oh my God. When she blows that shit up. When she blows that shit up after he had been working on it that whole time.
He only put one thing on it. What are you talking about? She's the one who did most of the work.
Like she put on like 4, he put on like 3.
I wonder if this is a sign of things to come for DS9 and the quality of episode. If they're more like this, then I will really love DS9 more maybe than TNG, because right now I'm
you
still
you want more sexist characters?
yes,
And you
more
want more old men to
annoying,
hate.
Yeah, you want oral.
more old men.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
More
we didn't
old-
even talk about what's her real name. What was it?
Oh, that's her full name. So
It's,
Bajorans do name order the same way Asians do, which is that they put their family name first, and then their given name is the second name. So Kira's given name is Nerys, and
Nerys.
her family
Yes.
name essentially is Kira, but everyone calls her
Oh.
Kira. So,
Nerys. That's an
That's
interesting
Kyle
name.
Reese.
Spoken on screen before.
I think that was mentioned. I think that might have been mentioned in Emissary, but it was definitely mentioned in Ensign Rowe. Ensign Rowe talks about it. So yeah.
Ensign
So it's
Rowe,
been
really?
Yeah.
Back in Ensign Rowe, she said, "Oh, okay, my family name is Rowe, but Rowe."
Oh, you mean like the naming order? I thought you were saying that Nerys
Like-
Kira's name was in Ensign Rowe somehow. And I was like, what the hell?
the naming order. Her full name was given from the very first episode, but
I
but
think
the
I
fact that-
vaguely remember it now.
Yeah, I was specifically asking if we had heard Nerys before.
yeah, we've heard that since the beginning from the first episode, but
Yeah, remember
the explanation about
they're
the
like-
naming order, yeah.
She's Navi.
Well, in terms of the Discord's ranking, which I almost
Mm.
forgot.
Wait, one
to
last
us.
point. This is
Oh, go.
episode 2 in a row that is Bajora-centric. And again, no mention of the missing Kai.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about her. Fuck
No,
her.
No
we
one
will,
gives a
we will.
fuck about the Kai. I'm not convinced anymore.
What if that
Yeah.
that might have been interesting if like he was like, so what's it been like on Bajor? And she's like, well, the Kai went missing, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh,
You'd think someone would
interesting.
mention something about
but,
it.
But yeah, and what if he said like everything's great actually? Everything's been better since she went away.
Things have improved dramatically since
Yeah.
the
You know what
the
Kira
Pope's-
should have said
Since
to
the rapture.
Kira should have told Molabok or whatever, like, you
Yeah.
know, I saw the Kai die.
you know, I saw her die.
Died in
Oh
my
my God.
arms. Then she came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Now she's full of
Pretty wacky.
nanobots,
Yeah.
nanomachines. Yeah.
She's got a
Nano
fucked up
machine,
face because he
son.
shot her in the face.
But in terms of the Discord's ranking,
What's the
this
ranking?
week I am the average. They gave it an 8.
What?
Almost.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think
Damn.
let me do a little digging as to why. Wow, Charlie just goes, it was definitely a nothing episode. Wow.
Wow, Charlie,
Wow.
what?
Sleepy
Charlie,
Anarchist says the
you bet
Yamak
me.
sauce plot was better than the main plot. Wow. That's
Oh my
interesting.
God. What is with these
I
comments?
kinda-
I think
kind
there are a
of-
lot
I
of
kind of
people
agree.
who remember being annoyed with the old man more than anything.
Yeah.
Maybe they do get caught up in
And
that.
then the sauce, it's something that every kid grows up wanting to do, fantasize, dude, to sell fucking like sauce. to
yeah, to
somebody.
Sell
like,
sauce.
but to also like
It's
kind of
that school side hustle you have out of your locker.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. I think there was a lot of kids who grew up being like, man, I just want to like run a little hustle, and
Yeah.
see what I can get,
Some people got to run hustles, like.
But to your point, Sarah, one of the
Yeah.
members, Peruvian Thunder, says absolutely a glimpse of what's to come for these characters to face.
Awesome.
So it
Love
seems
it.
like
What's his name? Peruvian Thunder Down Under?
Peruvian Thunder 1701 is the Discord name. But yeah,
All right.
it's
All
gonna,
right.
it's gonna be some stuff. There's some stuff
Hell
happening.
yeah.
But yeah.
Good.
You know what, guys? Do you want to be in that members only Discord? Well, if you do, you can become a member of our YouTube channel. You get
Yeah.
access to that Discord, sure. But you also get early access to new episodes. Those episodes
Yeah.
are
Those episodes.
those episodes are YouTube ad free. And we also have some other stuff coming up. If I remember. Oh yeah, you get a little ticker. You get
Yeah.
your name in the little ticker.
You get a
can
side of
sing.
the yak sauce.
If you're on the YouTube version looking at it. But also, hey, it's only $1.99. It's not bad.
Hell yeah,
it's not
dude.
bad.
Shout out to our Discord members. We love you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, shout out to burgers that used to be $1.99. Now they're fucking like $5.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all the fun discussion over on Discord. You guys should join
Yeah.
and see
Thanks
what
to
it's
all the
like.
burgers that joined our server.
Yeah.
dude.
We have a lot
I'm
of
sure-
fun
I'm
over
sure-
there.
There's a few secret burgers in there for sure. For you.
Hell yeah.
And also check out our merch store, fugitiveframes.store. We currently only have 2 t-shirt designs and a hoodie up in there, but I am going to finally get around to not only putting up the 2 designs that John Velas came for us, but there is a third bonus design that I forgot Dan had made a long time ago, kind of like as a thing just to do. And I was like, man, that would be a good shirt. So you're getting a third design as well. I just need to figure out the text for it. But once I do,
I can
Dan
finally
likes
put
it.
T-shirt designer on my resume.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. So we're going to get that going. Gulp that down.
It's a
Your
very
t-shirt.
useful skill.
That in your t-shirt go. And we're going to make stickers of all those designs too. And a bunch of other things. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
too.
dildos.
I wish Fourth Wall offered dildos, like themed dildos.
But here's the thing: you can't be
themed
good at making
how?
all these things. Yeah, you can't be good at making stickers and shirts and dildos, dude.
No,
One of them
that's
has to
their
not be
secret.
good.
Their secret is they don't make
They outsource them? They outsource them?
Yeah, they find the manufacturer that they trust,
smart.
and they trust. They ask. They are the management.
Yeah.
that
But where
is
would
Just
the
that
logo
dildos
be?
are just
Where's
so
the-
much more complicated.
would our logo be in like on the base, or would it be in the tip or the side? How would that
on the
work?
tip? Definitely on the tip. Yeah.
Well, then
On the
that
side
goes
tip?
back to how we're like branding / theming. Is it just getting the logo onto it? Is that all we're doing here? Because then that's
No.
simple.
It's there's 4 variants, and it's our faces.
You got to get your
Yeah.
logo off.
Well,
dude.
someone's got to volunteer to be the cast of the.
You mean our faces are the molds for these presumed?
tips.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we'll do.
Oh,
Once-
the
Coming
dildos
soon.
are our faces.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Our
Yeah, exactly.
faces?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Oh my
miniature version
God.
of our faces.
All right,
exactly.
all right.
Right on the tip.
Sure.
Right on the tip.
Why not?
Head on over to fugitiveframes.store.
Look out for that soon.
Yeah,
in
I
the-
can't guarantee you will find dildos there, but you might. Who knows? By the
Who
time you're
knows?
listening to this.
Yeah.
Depending on what
but
year
yeah.
you're listening to this.
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Well, also we may get into the yak sauce. If you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You know, they let you create Fourth Wall. Some of the things they do is really cool. One is you can come up with like your own custom
Sauce?
coffee blend. And I
Oh,
was like,
nice.
that's actually really cool. Like I've been getting more and more into coffee as I've had to drink it for medical reasons.
Oh
and
my
I'm
god,
like,
dude!
like,
Now
oh, man.
you're a vinyl guy, but of coffee, dude.
and I'm like, man, I'd like to figure out maybe a blend that might be neat. I don't know.
You're like, I only like vintage roasts.
I'm imagining your doctor just like, I'm sorry, but you have to become a hipster.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have
Does-
to.
does he look like a
French press
lumberjack?
everything.
He looks like a lumberjack, but
I do the thing where I take the coffee filter, but then I do just a run of water first. Then I put the coffee in.
Take
Yeah,
this
that's
box of mason jars.
yeah.
And also, if you guys ever want to send us an email, you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week's email is from Will. Will says, "Hey newbies, my name is Will, and I love the podcast. I only started listening recently around when you were on season 5, and at the same time, I've been rewatching the series along with my friends who are also newbies. Oh,
Ooh.
double newbie. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's been kind of fun
It's
to
like a
compare their
Big Mac
first
of
time.
newbies.
It's been kind of fun to compare their first time experiences and yours, and the podcast has been a great source of fun facts for episodes that I can tell them to sound smart. Sadly, we have just passed you guys for episodes, so I'll have to find the trivia myself, but I'll still be watching. My question is, are there any particular episodes you have watched that you thought had a good premise, but something about them wasn't executed particularly well and left you disappointed? What kind of changes might you make to fix it? Thanks for reading. Hope y'all have a good one.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that question because you paused at eth,
Oh,
and I thought you were going to say what ethnicities do you guys like? And I was going to go on a wild rant, dude.
Just in general, not even pertaining to Star Trek.
just about ethnicities. Yeah.
Okay, here's the tier list. Oh no.
Oh my god.
There's definitely a food tier list. That's for sure.
Yeah, an ethnic food tier list. Yeah, I have one too.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. You know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What episode
Is this for
had-
DS9 only or
No, I think it's for the
TNG2?
whole series, all Star Trek you've seen.
One I
you
can
know.
think
Too
of
much to think.
recently is the Riker going crazy, like Dream Within a Dream one.
Mm.
That one. What was that one
Well,
called?
Frame of Mind. We just saw it last week. Yeah.
Yes, Frame of
It's called
Mind.
Not
I
My
like
Riza.
the premise, but I felt like it was not executed, and like the best way. You know what I mean?
You're describing a lot of fucking episodes, to be honest.
Yeah, there are so many episodes that have a premise that, have a like an aspect that you kind of wish they could delve into a little more or something like that. Like my recent example that I can think of is Battle Lines, where it's like, hey, it's interesting to have a scenario where, you can't die, but the extent to which they explored that concept was unsatisfactory.
Very minimal,
All you know is that you get ugly. The more you die, the uglier you look. You can tell right away if somebody's died a lot by the way they look.
The first one that comes to mind for me is the First Duty. The one
First Duty.
the first poop. Yes,
so
the
immature.
The one with Wesley and the cadets, and then they accidentally get their friend killed in the fucking Starburst.
Was it all fake? Was it all fake?
No, it wasn't fake. It was just that
Really?
I liked Ronald. I believe it was Ronald Moore.
The School Ties episode.
Yeah, I think Ronald Moore had a separate interpretation of what I think he was the one who said that, who had a separate interpretation of what he wanted the story to be, which was in the episode, it's more about Wesley doing the right thing and confessing to like what he like is the right thing to say. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we got him killed, etc. Whereas in Ronald Moore's version of it, it was supposed to be more about like, okay, are you going to stick with your friends or are you going to stick with Starfleet? Type of thing.
Ooh, is he a company man?
And I kind of liked that idea a bit more, where I feel like that would have had a stronger internal conflict for Wesley to be like, do I want to like keep like I wanted to be in Starfleet my whole life, but do I want to jeopardize that for my friends, or do I stick with my friends, and like stick up for them?
I mean, because the idea it's a gray area because his mom's a killer.
And I think that the original premise was supposed to be that like it wasn't like necessarily their fault. It was like an accident, but they don't want to like be held liable or something. I forgot the exact way Ronald Moore kind of switched it up to make that a really interesting quandary. But what it ended up being was a Picard lecturing Wesley to do the right thing episode, which was not as interesting to me. And I feel like there could have been more you've explored. I
remember agreeing with you about that episode because this came up back when we discussed it. I just don't remember the specifics anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and also to be fair, there are many episodes in general where we're like, Ricardo, you and I had a discussion last week where I'm always frustrated when I'm like, man, if only you just made the episode change this to make it good, or like change this part of a movie to make it good, so that comes up a lot on Star Trek, but that kind of is par for the course when you have to write 26 screenplays in 1 year and just shoot them all, and they do their best. But yeah, I don't know if Ricardo has an example.
I can't remember the fucking episode I watched last week. You think I'm gonna fucking remember?
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if Ricardo will remember.
Pass.
We just know that there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a common occurrence with
well, I wonder if we can.
I wonder what Commons is what he would pick.
Let me go back like 6 episodes and see. So like the storyteller could have been done way better.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Dan even brought up the idea that what if it was Julian who was turned into the Syrah, and that might have been kind of like a fun thing to romp around with. The chase was also one of them because we were like, okay, like it's basically just the puzzle. There's nothing else that's going on really.
Don't go back and list them all, Marvin.
I'm just going back to
what you're talking about, dude.
Dan already bought our Battle Lines. Vortex. Right. What was Vortex?
That was the annoying guy, the guy that I hate.
Oh, right. Yeah. So maybe that could have been fixed just by making him not annoying. Lessons. Lessons could have been fixed by having her stay and like them trying to fucking figure it out. Like Picard's lover, the one that his new girlfriend. Like, what if they were like, okay, we know there's a lot going on, but we're going to try to make this work. And she becomes a regular character. That would have been a good change. That would have been a really fucking good change. And there were people who advocated for that, but they were shot down. So
there you go.
So yeah, there's some examples in there. There's a lot. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the question, Will. And you know what, everybody, thank you for listening. If you guys want to, check out all the stuff we do, you can head on over to fugitiveframes.com. We got little links to all the stuff we do. Not like I said, it's not just the links to like other projects, but also if you want to ever listen to the music we've used in the podcast, there's little links to all of them in that thing. But also, One of the other podcasts we do is Would You Stay Tuned? And Would You Stay Tuned is this neat podcast where we watch the pilot of a show that we haven't seen before and ask ourselves the question, would we stay tuned? Would you stay tuned? You know? And sometimes we don't. You think that because we're looking forward to it, we would do it. Sometimes we're like, nah, I don't want to watch the rest of that. So yeah, so far we watched The Penguin, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, a lot of classic ones, but also like Scott Pilgrim Takes Off,
To be honest, there are a few that I would like to record, but we just haven't had the time.
Yeah, we just haven't admitted it yet, but we're gonna get back to it when we can. We're gonna get back to it when we can. So, all right, next time we're gonna go back into the world of TNG, I believe. Let me just double check that to make sure because I flipped all the way through. Yes, we are going back to the world of TNG with an episode simply titled Suspicions. Suspicious Minds. Suspicions.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll go this.
So from progress to suspicions.
Yeah.
Suspicious minds.
All right. So we'll be back for Suspicions next time, everybody. See you guys next time. Stay safe.
See ya.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.